Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. I have a question for you all today. What do you think is going to be your best cryptocurrency for 2021? And the reason I am asking that you'll see in just a second, but let's first cover this 240 million XRP transfer by Ripple and some top exchanges. Ripple Labs and some leading crypto exchanges have transferred an amount close to 240 million XRP as the coin is trading at the 0.7493 level. Popular crypto tracking website Regulators has noticed this and oh my days, right? Ripple participated in moving these funds by sending 1/4 of that XRP amount. All right, here you can see Ripple moved about 40 million XRP once and about 15 million XRP the second time. And to be honest with you, it is really difficult to know exactly what the purpose of that is, but the Ripple blockchain tech provider has itself taken part in these transfers, moving 30 and then 15 to its internal wallets. RL18VN had an anonymous address with Ripple's RL43EE wallet behind it. RL18VN is regularly used by Ripple to send XRP outside the company to its partners, customers, and crypto exchanges to support the coin's liquidity, as CEO Brad Garlinghouse has stated several times in the past. The large lump was moved by the Bybit exchange to Binance. Bybit wired a staggering 131 million XRP in one stash. This transfer was made around 3 hours ago. And this is actually the most confusing one yet, because at first I would have thought, you know what, if people are sending their XRP from Bybit over to Binance, that's a bad thing because that means they are selling. However, theoretically speaking, all the money should flow the other way right now, because think about it like this. On Bybit, you can now trade futures for XRP and spot. On Binance, if you're in a lot of different countries, you cannot do futures anymore, you can only do spot. I guess the only thing that might be better is the fiat on-ramp on Binance. But for the most part, Bybit has more than Binance has. So I don't really know why it would switch over. It's the same thing as, for example, somebody switching from a Binance to a freaking other FTX. What's the purpose of that, I guess? I don't really know. So understandably we can't understand it. That's funny. Among the smaller transfers were 30 million XRP shifted by the major US-based BITRUE exchange to the Upbit crypto trading venue. The GoPact platform also sent 23 million XRP 2 hours ago to Binance. Sometimes it's because they can't sell it. Sometimes it is because there's so many different options right here. Exchange to exchange is definitely the most difficult. Thus, the world's largest exchange by volume has received 150 million XRP over the last couple of hours, I guess. And then the bottom part here talking about Ripple about to release another 1 billion XRP. I'll talk about this a little bit later. Do not worry about it. I make that video once every month. Ripple opens a new ODL corridor in Japan. We already talked about that one. And that was it for this article. All right, then why I asked you guys that at the start was because Anders, for example, put here, for a lot of coins I'm looking at, I have no idea why a cryptocurrency is needed. And partially I understand that, because very often when you look at a crypto, you're like, okay, so what's the purpose, right? And I mostly get that with coins which just have a funny name and a good marketing budget, just do good at marketing, but really don't have any single purpose that they're going for. And when I was researching NFTs this morning, this is something that I came across, and it kind of got my head turning and thinking, and I want you guys' opinion on it. So here's, for example, the launch of an NFT marketplace by Backstage. Now, obviously, NFTs are ridiculously popular right now. For example, Gary Vaynerchuk just paid 3.7 million in Ethereum for a CryptoPunk NFT. And obviously, as I just said, NFTs are really popular, so any NFT marketplace that's being launched is a good thing, right? Well, it depends on how you see it. A lot of people say that NFT marketplaces are useless. A lot of people saying it's really amazing. A lot of people say the same thing about NFTs. And I've kind of made up my mind saying, well, NFT marketplaces are just like decentralized exchanges. It's just liberating to have more as you're basically opening up. Now, Ripple, for example, has also bought a share into the NFT platform Mintable, and that also says something. Even Ripple, with the NFT proposal for the XP Ledger, is working towards it, is thinking about it, because NFTs are partially the future. Now, about the BKS, that's actually where it kind of got my attention. I came here for the NFT. I stayed for the Backstage idea. I actually checked out the entire website here. They don't even have a coin just quite yet. Please, guys, understand, I'm not telling you should buy this. I'm just telling you guys it's actually pretty interesting, and it kind of ties into the story right here. It's like, what is the purpose of some of these coins, right? Well, when I saw it, I went to read a little bit. You can see here, what is the Backstage itself? Now, Backstage is a company that has developed its own crypto coin known as Backstage, or BKS. It is designed to solve to solve the significant problems that are faced by the event industry today. It can be used for multiple purposes, including payments at festivals, theaters, clubs, music concerts, sports events, exhibitions, conferences, and seminars around the world. And then here's a little bit more about the NFT marketplace itself. Let's quickly read that one, and then I'll tell you guys why I'm so interested in this one. Apart from developing a go-to crypto for the event industry, BKS is also focused on providing NFT solutions and services to every artist in the event industry. It's simple. Let's go with the trend. It'll welcome every content creator around the world to the marketplace. NFTs are future innovative technologies will play a big role for the artists to take back control of the value of their own creations. The music productions and video streaming in current digital platforms are vastly underpaid. Most of the profits go to big tech, and the NFT marketplace by Backstage gives these artists/creators what they truly deserve. So as of this point, I'm not exactly sure how they're going to put that in, except for the fact that they put here, how can the concept be applied in the event industry? Ticketing, downloads, tokenizing content, and tokenizing marketing content. We'll get into this one in just a second. Let me explain. Two main reasons I was excited about this one. One, I hosted events before, as you guys most likely know from my story times. And so if you start to think about that, it would have been really helpful if you had a sort of currency that's universal, that's only used for these events. Mostly on the idea that if they have that specific currency, very often they spend way more. And that's also why a lot of these event hosts like to give these tickets out. Like, for example, if you go to a festival, you're going to get these tokens, for example, that you have to buy up front, because that way you spend more, and that way the guys at the bar don't have to work with these, basically euros or dollars all the time and have change and whatnot. They could just accept the tokens right there where you buy them up front. Now, if there was a specific token that was just universally used for all the events like that, like an event token, I could understand how that could become a really big or nice ordeal, right? Logically. I could really understand why people would want that. And the other part, obviously, is because I don't want to name it out too loud because we're on this specific platform, but I'm going to do this for, I guess, a long time right now. Any new platform that I come across that is rewarding for content creators / artists / anything like that, that is in a more decentralized fashion done, I will support. I'll give my big thumbs up behind, not the thumbs up and the behind. Hopefully you guys get what I was trying to say. Like a thumbs up from behind the screen, I guess. Because, well, the more and more I see, for example, the BitBoy situation just now, the more I sometimes get scared that something is about to happen. So all these newer ideas that are in more decentralized fashion for content creators, I like it. And as I said before, I think NFTs are going to be getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So will, of course, the event industry and the need for these tokens in that. As we're going into a tokenized world, there needs to be a certain token at these events anyway, right? Or I guess what you might say is, well, what is it needed for? You might, and that's the only thing I can kind of say against it, think that the digital euro or digital dollar is going to be the thing that's going to overtake all of this. Because theoretically speaking, if you just want to not be working with cash, right, you can use a digital euro eventually. Or you could just use your phone, for example, to scan the QR code to actually pay for your drink, right? I guess in a lot of places you can actually buy it with your PIN already. But the reason that a lot of festivals don't really want that is because you used to spend less. If you bought your tokens up front and you can't refund them, maybe you theoretically speaking could, but let's say you can't, and you can only buy them in bundle, or at least most people do. Yeah, you're usually going to spend more than you wanted, and yeah, they're not going to change that up. So there's a lot of purpose for it. Let's quickly read this little part. Traditional ticketing process is filled with flaws like inauthenticity, high costs, selling out tickets in black, and much more. And that part is also a thing I guess. So I don't know if I should say this, but a couple of people I knew used to actually kind of fraud these tickets, where they basically would sell the same ticket to two people. And the first person could get in and the second person could not. And because, I don't know, the industry, I don't know exactly how it works, right? Maybe there's a really big system behind it. I guess maybe if you sell it on one platform, you sell it on another platform, because they can authenticate whether your ticket is real, but I guess they can't know if you actually sold it already, right? Because the ticket stays real regardless of whether or not you sold it on a different platform. Point being, If there's some sort of NFT system for that, I have no idea how that would work, but yeah, I could once more see how there would be a lot of purpose for it. Are you guys getting my drift right here? I can see the purpose. Once more, it's funny that there's an actual token created for it because, well, I was just kind of thinking about it before as well, but hey. Therefore, selling tickets via NFTs can be mutually beneficial for both parties, i.e. seller and buyer. Ticket codes are stored on the blockchain network, which makes them immutable, non-transferable, prevent the transfer of tickets and resale fraud, and authentic. Not exactly sure how it would work, by the way, with this non-transferable part. I guess there's most likely some fix for it, right? Like, I mean, now you can transfer NFTs over as well. So I guess there's some fix for it. I'm not exactly sure how, but maybe those things are being thought out, and this is just the forefront of it. Downloads. Accurately capturing the information of all the attendees is not an easy task. Attendees walk down to a point, scan the unique QR code, and make the entry to the event. Tokenizing, I guess that's easier because it's not fraudable anymore. Tokenizing content. Every artist in the event industry can tokenize and monetize their content easily via the Backstage NFT marketplace. And tokenize marketing content as a promotion and marketing strategy of an event. Event organizers can sell t-shirts and other products through the NFTs. I'm not exactly sure how you can sell t-shirts through NFT. Oh, and other products to NFTs. There we go. All right, so that was it. You can see a little bit more about the token itself and what it is. Fluent currency that can be used for every event in the industry by using the leading European payment and trading system for crypto. BKS with the main source of finance in the industry. Yeah, okay. So the rest I don't. Oh, that was actually the end of the article. Here, as I said before, you can read further into it, but I guess we covered the most important part, right? The interest of the coin in the newer world. Let's see here, some milestones, some other milestones. I didn't actually read fully through this one just quite yet. Beta testing app. Ooh, I'm also wondering how that's going to be working with an app then. Contract with influencers, that would be interesting. That's Q4 though. All right. To me, it sounds pretty interesting, guys. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section about this. Once more, I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just telling you guys it was pretty interesting and I saw it. If you want me to do this more often, let me know in the comment section down below. Some people say, oh, shill, you're going to talk. No, just showing you guys something. I think it's fun. I think it's interesting, mostly because this tied into my story pretty well. Now, China's central bank says it'll keep pressure on the crypto market. China's central bank vowed to maintain heavy regulatory pressure on crypto trading and speculation after escalating its clampdown in the sector earlier this year. The People's Bank of China will also supervise financial platform companies to rectify their practices according to regulators. It said in a statement on Saturday, and policymakers met on Friday to discuss work priorities for the second half of the year. Now, China has gone through one of the most intense crackdown on cryptos in their history. I mean, it's not the first time, it's like the sixth time or so, but it's one of the most intense ones because they banned basically everything this time around. And it is being speculated that they will only get heavier and heavier and heavier, as they basically want to make sure that the Chinese yuan, the digital one, is going to be the only platform allowed to run on there. And I do wonder how that is going to be going on for example, platforms like VeChain. I mean, VeChain was basically approved by the official Chinese government. However, it is a blockchain technology. So from that perspective, I'm sometimes thinking maybe they're only against really fully decentralized projects and not against projects which have a, basically open foundation where you can basically visit the headquarters and whatnot, like with VeChain, where there's a company above it that's, Chinese national. Maybe. I'm not exactly sure about that. Then again, Bitcoin was mostly controlled over in China, yet they got rid of it anyway. So it's a little bit confusing exactly what their purpose is, but it is interesting. Then commercial paper reserves of Tether under heavy regulatory scrutiny. Tether has been facing a lot of pressure from regulatory authorities. Now the attention of the watchdogs has shifted to its commercial paper reserve. As a result, this week has been very hot for the company. The regulators focused their attention on what makes up the Tether reserves, and a report disclosed that Tether's Michael Su said that the US regulators focus their attention on the paper to know if every Tether token is actually backed by $1 as the company claims. And I thought that this discussion was closed a long time ago because they basically concluded, yes, it is. But maybe because Tether's been printing more and more and more and more, they have to go through this entire story yet again. I'm not exactly sure about that, but it is interesting. We just talked about this NFT. I sometimes think this is like a big agreeing where it's like, they basically just handshake, say, hey, you know what? Pay $4 million and give you the money back, but it's so people value my stuff higher. Because think about it. What if I got my couple of friends together and we actually run a scheme like that? I know it's not allowed because it's fraud, I guess, and money laundering, but I guess then again, you can't really not allow it because it's price manipulation, but it's a free freaking market, right? I mean, yeah. So basically, we get a little carousel going, basically, where it's like, I make an NFT. My friend buys it for 1 million. I make another NFT. My other friend buys it for 2 million. I make another NFT. Another friend buys it for 4 million. I'll make another NFT. Another guy buys it for 6 million, for example. The only thing you need is 4 friends with freaking millions of dollars and some real trust or a contract where you're basically going to give them money back or do something along those lines. You basically pay them the same amount of money or something like that because you're now a really valued artist. And you might say, oh, that's really bad from NFTs. It happens in the normal world as well, right? I mean, normal art, it's really a difficult concept to value art because the majority of it is just what a crazy guy would want to pay for it, right? And what we value it, very often we only value it a lot when they are dead because then he's not going to be able to make a 10,000 bazillion more, and you can only value the ones that he's already made, which might be masterworks because they're so amazing, but usually it comes down to that fact he can't really make more. With NFTs, the difficult problem as well is that it can actually be ridiculously simple to just make a freaking million of them. Like with real art, you maybe need a factory or stuff like that where you can make it easy, you can automate it. But with NFTs, it's like you can just sit behind your computer, just keep clicking, and you're making more and more NFTs. And that could lose the entire value of your entire ecosystem. I guess it's not in your best interest, but theoretically speaking, right? I mean, nobody knows exactly how many are going to be coming. Then again, if they paid 4 million for the first one, somebody else might take it over because they're the first ones of such a major creator. So it depends. Mastercard has to be in the crypto space as CEO. I don't want to spend too much time on this. There was a Mastercard earnings call. The CEO spoke out saying that it's really important for the company to be in the cryptocurrency space. And logically, guys, for any company that's really on the forefront of CBDC, forefront of payments, you need to be in the cryptocurrency field. Otherwise, you're not going to make it. It's logical, though. It is really that logical. So I don't want to spend too much time on this one. But they said it in the earnings call, and that's pretty cool.